keep any team from saying 2 first-round picks, okay.
Right. That could be a very good deal for both teams. I think the Redskins have more needs that they could address with 2 picks, and the Jaguars have a pretty good defense and potentially the makings of a pretty good offense if Minshew can step up.
But also, CeeDee Lamb is there at 9. It's going to be hard to say no to.
Oh man, Lamb and DJ Chark across from each other? That's scary. You have Westbrook running the slants.
Imagine you could have DJ, CD, and DD. Which I think would just be a fantastic receiving combination to have CD, DJ, and DD to really make that receiving core a legitimate threat, so that Gardner Minshew doesn't fail as a quarterback. I think Gardner Minshew really he deserves the ability to have the chance to be the starting quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So we're going to move on now from the Jaguars to the Houston Texans, who really, if you ask me, they were extremely close to having a Super Bowl run. They were big lead in the AFC, or the game against the Chiefs. They had a really big lead and they blew it, and we all know that the Chiefs ended up winning the Super Bowl. What do the Texans need now to put them over the top so that they are what's the word I'm looking for? So that they are real Super Bowl contenders. We did lose Dan and Tony, so I've moved on. Yeah, Dan is back. It looks like Dan and Tony are also back. So I've moved on because we said a lot about the Jaguars. We're moving on to the Texans now. I was just in the middle of saying, what was that?
I'm just laughing because GM Bill O'Brien is going to be at it again, and if he inspires any confidence in you at all, it should only be because you're making a trade with him. yeah. But I think they definitely need a wide receiver now, because you traded away arguably the best in the league for broken David Johnson and a very old Cobb. David Johnson's done.
Yeah.
That trade literally made me say loudly, "What the fuck?" And I was pissed because I was like, "That's all it took? We could have traded for." I don't think it started Johnson like once last year. He didn't do shit.
Yeah, no, he
barely started. He was still coming back from injury, but then he was supposedly healthy, and he was getting outplayed by his competition.
I just, really quickly, I think it's really funny how 2 years completely changes shit. Because 2 years ago, if I had asked you for the 5 best running backs in the NFL, this is before Saquon was there, your answers would be Ezekiel Elliott, Le'Veon Bell, Todd Gurley, what's his name? We're just David Johnson, and then you'd get a toss-up between Christian McCaffrey would be in there, and who else? Other top running backs.
McCoy?
No, LaShawn McCoy would not have been in that list 2 years ago. But I just find it funny that Derrick Henry probably would have been on that list, your top 5. Melvin Gordon probably would have been. But probably not Market. Alvin Kamara would be on that list. But now, Todd Gurley on a different team. David Johnson on a different team. Le'Veon Bell not getting used nearly enough. Ezekiel Elliott still there. Christian McCaffrey still doing his thing. Derrick Henry still doing his thing. Melvin Gordon's on a new team. So, what's going on? It's crazy.
What team we're talking about now? Because apparently my computer just shit the bed here.
We're talking about the Houston Texans and how they
draft a coach.
Yeah, no, they don't need a coach. They need a general manager. But
they probably need both. But can you draft either?
No. But as I was saying, the Texans were really close to having a legitimate claim as Super Bowl contenders. They had a huge lead on the Chiefs. They blew that, and then the offseason just fucking fell apart. Mostly because Bill O'Brien traded away DeAndre Hopkins. So now, a team that was maybe a defensive lineman or maybe a linebacker away, because you can't trust J.J. Watt at whatever position he plays to stay healthy, to really being fucked. They're not good. And as a Cowboys fan, I am a little pissed off that they aren't trying to trade Dak Prescott to the Texans for Deshaun Watson. But
fuck out of here! That would never happen.
I mean,
it's fucking delusional.
You say that, but Bill O'Brien sent the best receiver in the NFL to.
You're absolutely right. Bill O'Brien is the fucking wild card, but I'm just saying that to me would be delusional to try and trade that. And the Texans don't even have a first-round pick this year, do they?
Let me check the draft order. I think they do. Give me 1 second. Do the Texans?
I think they do.
Nope, they do not.
It's sounding like the AFC is fucked, or the AFC South is fucked as far as drafting.
Yeah, you're right. It does. Although the Jaguars make up for it, they got to.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many ways to go with the Texans. But, I mean, what made sense to me in an article I read earlier was, what's his name? Jalen Johnson out of Utah.
Yeah.
At corner, because since I've known the Texans' existence, they've been dog shit in secondary.
I mean, they've had times when they were really good in the secondary. Back when they had Jonathan Joseph and what's his name?
Mathieu?
Before they had Tyrann Mathieu.
I mean, they were still good when they had him, but again, they haven't had it. Their corners have been pretty weak for a long time.
They have. You're right. Their secondary.
And that kid can ball. I mean, there's a reason that Utah was one of the best defenses last college season.
The great fucking secondary is exactly why. The coach, the old adage for coaches is they want players that just surround the ball. That's literally what Utah did. There was never any one-on-one tackles. It was always 3-on-1, 4-on-1, sometimes a 5-on-1 fucking bukkake on the ball.
It was a swarm tackle mentality.
Absolutely was. Absolutely was. That's why Utah just fucking... Who wants to go out to Utah to play football? But yet they were legitimately in the talks for college football playoff.
Not me. Isn't that a dry state?
It's... Yeah, it is. But it's also a state.
Out there.
I don't know, but people do. Fucking Utah State, BYU, Air Force. No, Air Force is in Colorado. Never mind.
Yeah.
Close enough.
No, not the same. One has legalized weed, the other one you can't buy booze.
Anyways, yeah, I imagine it's real fucking tough to get people out to Utah to play football. But apparently the Utah Utes can do it. But
I'm actually happy about that. I enjoyed watching Utah being as good as they were on defense. They won me a good amount of money just on putting them in unders.
Jesus Christ, Zach Moss won me quite a few fucking weeks in college fantasy. Kid's a monster. But yeah, so
anyway, so can we agree that just like the state of Utah sucking, that the Texans are fucked?
Yeah, the Texans are fucked. The only thing that it says they don't need right now is linebackers, which I also disagree with.
Yeah, I don't. That seems a little bit generous to say that they don't need linebackers.
Yeah. But anyways, Texans, let's move on from them because they don't even have a first-round pick. Titans, on the other hand, they do. Titans need an edge, defensive line, offensive tackle. I think offensive tackle might be their biggest need because even though he played really well last season, Ryan Tannehill's not young.
Right.
No, we were actually, you think about it, Tannehill's been in the league a lot longer than we think.
Yeah, he's been in for quite a while. And the Titans pick at 29, so they're going to miss out on guys like Jedrick Wills and Mekhi Becton and what's that dude's name? Doesn't fucking matter because they're not getting him. This might be a spot where the Titans realistically should go after the defensive line portion of their needs. Could get man, he's just such a wild card with where he's going to be picked. AJ Epinesa could be there. Like, we don't know. But they definitely need to address the defensive end position and the defensive line position.
I agree with that, but the Tennessee Titans also seem like the kind of team that I wouldn't be surprised if they go after a wide receiver they feel comfortable with going and giving Tannehill some more chances to hit somebody because they don't have a lot of weapons around him. I mean, you've got Derrick Henry, but if a team knows that that's your only go-to, you've got to give some kind of deep threat.
I mean,
well, they have that one receiver,
Corey Davis.
Yeah, they have Corey Davis, and that's nice. And don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking Corey Davis for any reason. I'm just saying that he's not a number one wide receiver. He's more of a tour slot player.
No, the Titans have what's his name? Was it Corey Davis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He started to come out last year as like
good for him.
Being a monster.
Oh, okay. But no. Corey Davis is fine and all, but they do need a true number one. This could be the draft to get it. Again, picking at 29, you could see Henry Ruggs will probably be gone by then. T. Higgins might still be available. Brandon Ayuk might still be available. Jalen Reagor will probably still be available. KJ Hamler will definitely still be available. Donovan Peoples-Jones will still be available. There's going to be Denzel Mims will still be available. There's going to be a lot of fucking quality wide receivers that'll be available in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round. So, be on the lookout for wide receivers. But the Titans, I think this is the spot where they take an edge or defensive lineman. Like I said, AJ Epinesa might be there at 29. Probably. I'm guessing he'll probably be gone by like 25, 26. But it's not too far of a slide for him to fall to 29. But let's move on to the NFC South now. because this is